Late in the morning of the 5th of July 2012, we started paddling down the River Medway towards Darnet, a small patch of salt marsh that I was to call home for the next 6 weeks. A few months earlier, I'd never have guessed that I'd be spending the summer on a deserted island, mostly on my own, whilst just about everyone else in England was watching the London Olympics on TV. But things were different back then. Back then there'd been a girl and a dog called Juno, and we lived in a small village where everything was pretty much just right. I could see sunset from my back door for most of the year, and heard nothing but the birds calling by day and the foxes and owls by night. But then the girl and I split up, and I had to leave all that behind. For the following 6 weeks I'd camped and lived out of my car. It was lonely at times, and I missed Juno and the village, but improving my position wasn't easy. I'd been out of work a long time. It was difficult to adjust my mindset, and also there were no jobs to be had, none that I was educated enough to do anyway. But I wasn't stupid, and I knew where I would end up if I didn't act. It would have been easy to turn to drink to make things seem better, perhaps drink a bit too much, end up in a hostel, or live in rough rather than in my tent, let myself slip too far. That could easily happen, I knew that. Far better men than me had gone that way. But I didn't want that for myself. Who would if they could see it coming? So since I couldn't afford a nice house to live in, I decided to chance my luck at living off the land in the Medway Estuary. Darnet Island was a place that I knew well. I'd camped there a few times over the years, but I'd never tried to live off the plants or fish that populated the estuary. It would be a challenge trying to survive there alone for 45 days.
Hey, so I've set up camp. It's the first night of 40 nights on Darnet Island. Got the oyster catchers up there making a bit of a noise, but I'm going to show you camp now. Well, first I'll show you my view. This is the Medway, getting towards sunset now, and now let's show you camp. This is going to be the campfire. We've got some wood already. We've got the main sleeping tent here. We've got a nice cooking area here. Guest bedroom if needed. Storage. That's a real Ray Mears effort. You got it going in like 1 second or something.
Yep.
Well, 10 seconds. It's a good effort.
It's age-old technique.
What, firelighters?
Yep.
Well, camp's kind of set up. It's almost there. But I've seen this great bit of wood over here that's going to make a brilliant table. It's just pretty substantial, so we've got to work out a way of moving it. Here it is. You can hardly move it, it's massive, but it's going to make a great table. So, how are we going to do this? They'd have had rollers. We haven't got rollers, so we just try and you should just go a bit closer in. Alright then. Now we just got to try and pull it. Oh, we've got these. You just can't move, can It's definitely the same as the World's Strongest Man challenge, except for they only have to do it for about 20 metres.
How far we got?
I don't know, 50 or something? But there's no time limit, so you're alright. It's quite pleasant for me, not for him, because every time that big bit of wood falls down, the smell of wormwood comes into the air. It's a lovely smell. That's it, ancient technology. Welcome to the team, yep. Go on then. Yeah. It doesn't take long for Stone Age man to catch on, does it? And invent these little ways of doing stuff. Slavery and locomotion. think we're going to go here. Oh, let me just move this. The lowering of the table. Boom. Excellent. Yeah, that's going to be a good table. That's going to make for a good camp. Nice stuff. Right, now we've got to find a tablecloth.
I dropped Adam back to the mainland and picked up Juno, my dog, from my ex-girlfriend. Now Juno hated water and storms, but I was sure she'd make a good companion for me over the next few weeks.
Hello. How are you? It's raining quite a bit today, as you can see and hear. Quite impressive, really.
If I'd have known that these were the last few days that I'd ever spend with Juno, perhaps I'd have made more of an effort to play. But I didn't know the future, how could I? So we just sat and sheltered, looking at the ships pass, listening to the rain fall.
Oh, well, day 4 has been a pretty poor day weather-wise, but it's brightening up now. It's still raining, but we've got a cracking rainbow here. Raining hard again. A good point of the rain is I can collect enough water so I can have a good wash later. That's what I'm doing down there. I'll show you. Oh, just go outside. Ugh. It's coming off the tarpaulin roof into my pot here. This will be my drinking water. That's plenty. I can do that there. Oh, let's get that. That's going to serve me well for quite a few days. And that can collect water for washing later. Then I'm going to get back under here. Hello, Juno. Hello. It's a bit wet, isn't it, little girl?
Bathing outside was something I grew to look forward to. A sense of rightness comes over you with it, a rightness that four walls steals from you. If my shower was the patch of grass in front of the tent, then my toilet was the water's edge. Digging a hole wasn't an option. That would have broken up the plant roots and destabilised the island. So each time I wanted to go, I'd just squat by the water, and the river would take it away.
Martin and Fergus have just come onto the island. Martin's going to set a fish trap now.
While I stop, proceed along.
Martin's laying out a big line and there's several hooks dangling off like that, and we're going to bait each hook and let it be and see what takes it.
Are you finding the hooks, Fergus? Yes, you are, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
So, what's that going on? Some mussel?
A bit of squid.
Oh, okay.
That stays on the best. So I'll put a mixture on this one.
There it is. Nothing on that one. What do you think got the bait? Crabs?
Could well be. Yeah.
Nothing on that one. Nothing at all.
Our line fishing experiment had been a disaster. It was unsurprising really, since we were using squid and bacon as bait when we should have been really using locally dug ragworm. Over 20 edible plants grow on Darnet Island. Marsh samphire, golden samphire, purslane and sea beet among them, and Fergus, who's a wild food expert, said he'd show me how to identify them so I could include them in my diet.
Is it tasty?
Yeah, it's quite sweet.
What, it's the flower of the creeping thing?
Yeah, it's quite... I mean, because some blossoms are completely bitter, but this one is actually quite nice. It collects water in these leaves, and they call it water of Venus, and it's supposed to be very good.
Martin then taught me how to line fish, though at this point we were still using squid as bait, so we again had no luck.
His job has been to gather some wormwood. I've got it drying down here, I'll show you. Here it is. Now apparently, as well as inducing insomnia and paranoia in some people, this stuff can give you very lucid dreams. So I'm going to stuff some into my pillowcase, and we'll see what my subconscious comes up with over the next few weeks. What it smells like is if you walk into the body shop and there's that very intense like a soapy, a mixture of soap and perfume, and that is what this sea wormwood smells like. It's pretty lovely really.
As well as smelling nice, this sea wormwood did induce the most lucid dreams. Over the next 7 nights I robbed a bank, flew a biplane, ate dinner in 1920s Paris, had Britney Spears give me a pretty filthy lap dance, I ran a marathon through rural Africa, murdered a stranger, and had a nice chat by the Serpentine with Jeremy Irons.
Girl. Right, I'm going to throw it. Right. Here it comes. I found this bucket, which is very handy. I'm just going to walk around the island a bit, collect some firewood so I can keep it dry under the tarpaulin. Right, do you know? Good girl, on yes you are. Right, got this little bit. Bits of tint here. All this will be very nice when it's dry. Bits of dead root. Hello, what do you want, eh? You trying to get in my way? Alright, come on. Let's go and get some more of that. Just down here would probably... Oh yeah, this has all been washed up. You know, it's amazing to touch this wormwood and just the scent comes right off it. It's a delightful floral, beautiful floral smell. It's nice going foraging for wood amongst the wormwood. Just fluster it up a bit and you get a lovely smell. 10 minutes work and I'm sorted for the week. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. Done. Okay. Let's get back to camp with a full bucket of wood. I'm a happy chap. Quite like reading poetry, but my dog thinks I'm upset if I do it, and she runs to comfort me. I'll show you. It's very odd. As you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Do you know it's all right? There's nothing wrong. I'm just reading poetry. Lastrygonian, Cyclops, angry Poseidon. Don't be afraid of them.
I don't need comforting, Juno. I don't think so anyway. But it's nice of you to try. You're a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. Good girl. I'll put the book down. It's alright. That was our last day together. Next morning, the thunderstorm began to brew. I've lost Juno. She's been missing for about 3 hours now. I'm searching the island. It's quite hard to hear if there's a distress call from her or not because it's so windy just out of the lee of these bushes. I don't know where she can be. I've been over the island about 4 or 5 times, everywhere. I keep worrying I'm going to find her body somewhere, but there's no predators on this island. I just don't know what's happened to her. I don't know. Juno! There's nothing for it. Just got to go back to camp and wait for her there, I think. Perhaps I'll take a look. I'll give her another hour or so. And take another look. Worrying, actually, a bit worrying. I've had to stop looking for her for a while. There's this big storm come in. I've got to try and hold the camp together. The wind is pretty strong. I hope she's sheltered somewhere, wherever she is. I'll go looking for her again after this. Quite unbelievable. I've just had a phone call. Juno is safe, but she's 2 kilometres that way. She must have got spooked by the thunder and gone straight over there to the country park. Just unbelievable. How could she have done that? Some days, some days just they ain't with you. My dog wanted to get away from me and this island so much that she waded through mud and swam as well. 2 kilometres. 2 kilometres that most humans couldn't deal with. And she's a little dog and she dealt with it. And then she got to the mainland and someone saw her tag because she was filthy and exhausted and they thought that she needed some attention. And they phoned my ex-girlfriend and she had to come and pick her up, so she's quite miffed with me, understandably so, because it was a long drive for her. And I bet the people at the country park who didn't really want me out here doing this thing, I bet they're laughing their socks off right now that things have gone a bit wrong. Days like this you just got, and it rained so much today and the wind was just filthy horrible. Nothing's been right. And I think on days like this you just got to take it on the chin and just say, alright, it was a bad day for me. Bad day for Juno too. She did something quite amazing, right, by crossing over that channel. People haven't done that for hundreds of years, and little dog did it. She's amazing, really. Hopefully tomorrow will be better, eh? I hope so. This isn't that much fun at the moment. Juno and I never saw each other again, as a while later my ex had her rehomed. But I'll never forget her. That little dog who couldn't swim and who hated water, frightened of the thunder but brave enough to make her escape across the treacherous river. Cloudy again, it's been raining all night. I've got to cross over to the mainland there just to pick up a couple of friends now. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning and the wind's not too strong, which is lucky. Right. I'll go out that way, I think. No, I'll go this way. Okay.
tide now. We're going to land over there on that concrete embankment. Yeah, it took about 45 minutes. It was a really easy crossing actually, much easier than what I thought. There wasn't hardly any wind, very lucky. So I can get up on the beach here, put my feet up for half an hour, wait for my friends.
More than once every 10 years.
Fishing again, this time with ragworm bait.
Oh, yeah. That bass.
Yeah, looks like it. That's the meat leader. It's fair size as well for around it.
Well, how about that? I've been fishing for a week and not caught a single thing, and Adam there has been fishing for 10 minutes and he landed himself a nice little bass. So good for him, not good for the fish. I felt a little bit sad when I saw the fish gaping for air and blood running down its gills and the hook right down in its mouth. And we've got, you know, when I think we've got food in camp already, we don't really need to be doing this. It's just sport. It's
Some good fish. All I'm
Very
saying.
good fish. Good curry as well.
A few bones, but part and parcel.
whoa! Whoa, dude! Right, just go in, lads. There's nothing to be fearful about, apart from.
Especially if your first foot's a slip.
Fort Darnet was built in the late 19th century as a deterrent against a possible French invasion.
See, this is where the ammunition would have come up. You can't see a thing. It's just dark down there.
It was in use as an observation post until the Second World War, and more recently as a venue for animal sacrifice. Quite often I'd heard voices coming from the direction of the fort when nobody else was on the island. Sometimes I even smelt the strong aroma of pipe tobacco. Done. Well done.
Well, I just caught my first fish. I'll show you. Can you see it? It's not a bad size. It's quite nice. It's a bass. I was quite excited as I pulled the fish in, but then when I got it in and I saw it flopping around, and I felt quite sad, very sad for it. I killed it quickly. I wanted to go through with the experience. Said a few words of thanks to it for its life so that I can eat. But you know, I don't know why I feel this way, because I eat fish out of the can all the time, but it's the act of killing, I suppose, inflicting pain. So it's another part to the experience of living here on the island. I think it's the last fish I'm going to catch. It's the first, but it's going to be the last, I think, unless I totally run out of food, in which case I'll have to. Day 12, still windy, not been too rainy. We've got about 30 miles an hour. Big tent went a bit earlier, blew down, big sat back, but now this part's threatening to go. You have to sort it. Everything's a mess. Fuck! All because I killed that bloody fish. Boring, Wing! Boring! Day 14. Rain again.
I decided to include as many wild plants I could gather from the island into my cooking as possible. Staple supplies I had brought with me, but these extras meant I'd get my iron, vitamin C and other essential minerals as well.
Well tasty actually, yeah, very nice. Best bit of the day so far, that. Lovely.
Jason's arrival coincided with 4 days of calm, clear weather, so we took advantage of it to explore the outer estuary.
Seal. Fantastic.
Just come out to Redskin Bay to see the seals. Can you see them swimming down there? There's two there. Great sightings. It's beautiful weather. It's a fantastic day.
At Redskin Bay we stayed with a family of seals for a few hours. One of them, christened Iona, a teenager with a silver and black mottled head, she followed us back to Darnet and continued to visit me every couple of days for the rest of my 6-week stay. Brentwick Island was occupied by the British Army in Victorian times. That's when the main barrack building that you see there was created.
You can see this won't last very much longer. See the crack is going to come straight down. The barracks building from 1900. Woo! Very muddy in there.
Until recently, Darnet Island had a good sea defence and was known as one of the main bird nesting islands of the Medway Estuary. But the authorities have allowed the sea defences to disintegrate, and over the past few years I've often paddled over the top of the island at high tide, seeing the birds circling overhead, staring down at their flooded, wrecked nests.
Hopefully we'll keep straight. Yo, we're through. Well done. Now there's a... oh yeah. Let's, no, watch out, straight ahead. That's it. And we're back. Well done.
Off the north side of Alfred Court Island can be found the wreck of a First World War German submarine. Several were dumped here in the 1920s, the intention being to break them up for scrap. But the bottom fell out of the scrap metal market before this last one could be worked upon, so here it still lays.
Yep, go forward, yeah.
Some people claim the Medway Estuary is too dirty to swim in, but many seals live in the area, fish also, plus jellyfish. None of them would be there if it was polluted.
Kingswear Castle paddle steamer. Staying off the starboard side.
Oh, what a thing to be doing on a lovely sunny afternoon in Medway. Here's the castle again, the Kingswood Castle, chugging along. Woo!
You know, roundabout way we have swum with seals.
Yeah.
They just don't know we're in here.
Well, I've been on the island 1 month now, got a bit of a daily routine. I'm going to show you a bit of that. First thing I do after breakfast is come down here to do all my washing up. First thing. Second thing is I come and do some exercise. I'll show you that. These struts here were part of a pier. I do 20 dips here and a few push-ups up there. Getting into camp now. I do some gymnastics on this bench here, just some stretches and some balances. After my gymnastics, I usually went for a run in the fort, as it's the only truly flat ground on the island. One circuit of it is 100 metres or so in length, so I'd do 10 laps one way, then 10 laps the other, to ease the boredom and to ensure that both sides of my legs got an equal workout. After that, I'd warm down by taking a stroll around the fort, enjoying the views. Sleep, so I thought I'd come for a walk. Benefit of being on the island on my own is that I haven't got to bother to getting dressed. It's quite nice too, night air on your skin. It's a full moon almost, beautiful sight. Great night for a stroll. Actually it's quite bright, I don't think I need this. Yeah, beautiful, look at that. What a very lucky man I am to be having this experience, huh? Very, very lucky. You know, coming back from those moonlit walks, every centimetre of my skin feels like it's got pinpricks, it's alive. It, you know, it never feels like that in normal life. You just, everywhere has got some sensation on it. It's fantastic, really, really fantastic. Right, time for bed now, it's about 3 AM. Have a look. I've already put in turmeric, curry powder, ground ginger, some onions, some salt and some garlic and chilli. And I'm going to get the sea beet from here. we'll have that and that and that, and I'm going to cut this up and add it to it. That's kind of done now. Things are softening up there, so I'm going to add the rice. Not too scientific, so that'll do. Just stir it in a little bit. Flatten it down. I'm going to add some water now. That's about right. Now I'm just going to let that simmer along for about 20 minutes, and in the meantime I've got some flour and some baking powder, like here. Mixed it all together. I'm going to add some tomato puree and some samphire to it now. I just picked this samphire. Beautiful colour. So now I'm just going to roll it up. I'm going to flatten it out and fry it. That's been simmering now for 10 minutes. It's time to add some dal that I cooked up yesterday. Now time to add the samphire that I just picked down the beach there. Just going to add a little bit of pepper. Don't need salt because the samphire is so salty. Well, that's done. Now that looks like a tasty treat, doesn't it? It's a perfect mix of Bangladeshi and Darnet Island cuisine. It is well tasty. Come to the structure at the very end of the island. I'm not sure what it is, but you can see these round structures here. I think they were either bases for searchlights or guns. And over here there's more of a square structure there. As you can see, there's not much left, just these stairs maybe here, a bit of an outer wall, and the round gunnery or searchlight podiums there, and just a huge amount of bricks. There's a lot of masonry over the other side too, so you haven't got to walk far before you find things of interest. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so we've got these pipes, or the stems of pipes. The soldiers would smoke their pipe just one time and then break it and throw it away. There's loads of them all around here. Here's another one here, bit of a thicker one. They were 1 penny pipes, and it was considered bad luck to smoke them twice, so you just smoked them once and then threw them. Good one, look at that. whole of the pipe. Fantastic. A few nice things in here. Dispiriting sometimes when you're paddling towards land and you doesn't seem to be coming any closer, but it is. You just got to have faith that your paddle strokes are doing something, and they are, believe me, they are. You just got to put the work in and land will come. Okay, cease paddling, Dave. Cease paddling.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we should be able to get this.
The iron bars at the gate.
Wait.
How far?
Okay. Wow, that current's fast. And we're through the gates.
Oh, I know what it feels like to go into the Tower of London.
Right, now stop. Wow. Now you can sit up, Dave. You go slow, attain your position. Yeah.
Wow.
And we're in.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible.
Wow.
So cool.
That was a good one, huh? Wait, and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to get my... Right. Now we're in. Now we're in. Whoa. Shall we take it clockwise?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, do you want your camera?
But we can take our time here. No rush.
Amazing.
That's it. Woo.
That's now.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Sort of rather wide round head.
Oh, there's an owl.
Oh no! You can see it.
Well, look
No.
here.
Don't worry about paddling. Just we'll float it in. Just enough room. Cool, made for that canoe. Look at that. Oh, that's as far as. So what's in there?
Shells.
Shelving, is there?
Yeah, shelving on that.
Ah, how clear.
That's a water tank, isn't it?
Yeah.
Slate water tank. It's like out in
Oh yeah.
on Grand Cap. Oh wow.
Oh, nice. Huh. I was canoeing around the bottom of the fort a few hours ago, and I sadly found the body of the barn owl, who's been living here for at least 3 years. Beautiful creature. I didn't think of anything to do with it at the time, I just left it, but then afterwards I felt that I should give it a bit of a burial, really. A majestic creature, it deserves that at least. But I came back and found that the body has gone already. The rats have completed the circle and have eaten it.
So I'm going to gather some feathers. I've already got some from the owl and some of its pellets, and give it a proper send-off later when the tide's up and the moon's full. Goodbye, owl, friend. Made this pinhole camera out of driftwood that washed up on the beach and some gaffer tape. It's very basic, but I'm going to try and use it now. I've got no tripod, so I'm just going to rest it on this bag. I'll take a picture of the fort. I don't know, I just point it kind of like that. Okay, there we go. 3, 24, 25. Oh! And that hopefully should be that. I've got 2 other pinhole cameras as well though, so I'm going to use those too. I've got this simple wooden box and my box brownie converted. So kind of have a, I think I'll do that one upright. Yeah, that was about right, I reckon. That's it. That was about 12 seconds. Now we're gonna kind of, I don't know, let's do it that way. It's going to take that, the top of the fort. Okay. That's it, I reckon.
graceful and consistent. She's much better. It's a struggle. Okay, I saw photos of when he was younger, when my dad was a little boy, and Auntie Catherine was a little girl, and he was God, he's about 6, he's about my height.
Let's do that. Thank you very much.
That was good. I got all that on video.
Good.
I'll be honest, you've been great.
I'm just going to go for a walk down my favourite stretch of coastline here. Lovely look at the waves and the just all the flowers, and the sea lavender's looking great this time of year. You should be about ready to go. Alright, are you going to jump in?
I'm just getting up that bit.
Go on then. So I'll just walk you out a bit. We're going to go straight up the middle channel here.
I decided to swim the distance between the shore and Darnet Island so as to have a better understanding of what brave Juno had gone through on the day of the storm. My swim was easy compared to hers though. I had a clear day. She'd had to deal with a fierce storm, cold weather and choppy waves.
Have long, but I had a couple of bites and they didn't take them as bait. So.
If it saves you up tomorrow. Alright, well if you see it on the internet, just give tips.
Yeah, I know. Did you FaceTime off the phone? I know.
blue sea lion are slowly making their way across the channel. In the background, Motney Hill sewerage works simmers.
I don't think you can use that cut.
Like the swamp creatures.
It is.
I've come to the end of my stay here. I'm paddling away tomorrow. Most of my stay here has been really good. There's been some enlightening experiences. There's been a few things which haven't been so good. There's been boats with searchlights scouring the camp at midnight a couple of times, which was a bit frightening because I'm totally undefended. The police came on to the island 2 days ago, searched camp, didn't explain why, they just came on. They looked quite frightening in there, like 4 of them, all dressed in black, flak jackets, unsmiling. Yesterday, I think it was customs, helicopter landed right up there. They just sat there. They landed on the roof of the fort, unbelievable. They sat there for 1 whole minute just looking at me, just looking like this. Didn't smile, didn't wave, didn't do anything. I was a bit intimidated at first, I didn't know what was going on. But then I started to look at them and I thought they're just sat in their little sort of machine and they seem quite frightened in there. And it came to me that a lot of life on the mainland is ruled by fear, really. You have a pension because you're frightened of the future. You put a big lock on your door because you're frightened of the next door neighbour. You let the police and the authorities do whatever they want because you're frightened of something that you don't quite know. I can't really explain all that I've felt inside me on the island, but it's mostly been positive. And if you want to feel something of the same thing and you don't want to come here, then maybe try these little things. When you see someone in the street who you don't know, try just saying hello to them or smiling. If you see a plant that you're not quite sure of, find out, get a book and find out. If you can eat it, then do it. You'll find that stinging nettle soup is just about the best thing ever. It's fantastic. If you feel like going like that to the police, well, at the moment, until they're given their powers of discretion back and their senior officers and our politicians decide to decriminalise the public, that's all the police are worth, is that. Terrible, but I'm not going to let it get me down because most of my stay has been very positive and enlightening, and I'm going to take that back to the mainland with me, not this intimidation that these merchants of misery and fear tried to give me yesterday. Yeah. I was really angry yesterday, but today I've calmed a bit and this is how it's going to be, and by the time comes to paddle away from the island tomorrow, it'll be alright. It'll be alright.
Where the crow flies, I will never know. If the bird dies, it only has to snow. It's gonna be a strange year, I can feel it in my bones. And if it falls out the sky, you might mistake it for an angel. I'm heading. I could do with some light. Where the crow flies, I will never know. That's where children sleep, and my deceased keeping sound my soul. It's all in the journey. Once you're there, you only grow old. Stay young, shine bright, kill crow. Notepads and torn sleeves, or how the cigarettes will burn. It's these trials and errors and random acts of kindness. Go on, kiss her even though it's not your turn. Try loving just to lose, to feel better for the pain. Getting lost Monday morning and staying lost for days. Driving through a storm with the headlights cracked, as high as a kite and as dumb as all that. Standing up in class, shouting out, I'm afraid. Better have jumped and sunk than tread water all of your days. Where the crow flies, I don't wanna know. Sleep sound tonight. Sleep sound tonight. Stay young, shine bright, kill crow.